And now back to Open Mic Friday with Mike Spence and Butter.
Welcome back. After the butter break, we can settle down now. Talk a little bit more about Jackson. Thanks for putting up with all that, Pat. That's a lot of fun. Our viewers like to have that every week.
Good dog.
Wouldn't be the show without butter. But we have some important things going on in Jackson, and I know we've seen a traffic study recently, and now they're working on the economic proponent to that. How's the traffic study for Jackson? I know they're trying to widen streets and maybe have turnabouts. What's going on with the traffic?
Right, it's been through the Planning Commission, and we had a presentation on the visuals of the choices. Now, Neil Peacock, who it's his project with ACTC, is going to come back and the fiscal and financial impacts of the difference. That's on the agenda for Monday night at the City Council at 7 o'clock.
He's very good, very detailed and very thoughtful.
He can sometimes get over detailed.
He gets into the detail. I like that.
Yeah, he does.
But you have to know.
He's committed to it.
Yeah.
And then the Planning Commission had looked at sphere of influence, some changes we're looking at, and I haven't seen their report, but that'll be on a discussion, I think, of what their recommendations were on Monday night. Then there's also, with the park being finished and some other places and more dogs around, the question of dog waste stations and putting it into part of an ordinance.
Oh, interesting.
That is on the agenda too.
Is that like a dog park when you say dog waste station?
No, well, we don't have a place for a dog park, but they have, and I've just seen what people talk about. It's like a waste station with a bag, and
right.
So you can.
Important.
Yeah.
Those are important because you don't always. I always try to keep those bags with me, but you don't always have one in your hand, and you have to go back and
Right. Where if one's convenient to use.
Right.
You're more likely for that to happen. So.
Well, there are a lot of things on the agenda, but we also have all these restorations going on with the Amador County Museum. I see them working up there, and there's a big event coming up with, that's not until June possibly, but it's another month or so off. And why don't you tell us, I think they're combining that with a couple of
originally they were trying to get the museum open.
Right.
And last year they had a party for it on the birthday of Amador County, mid-June. And Keith Sweet ramrodded the overhaul of Vista Point up on top of the hill.
Right, which turned out beautiful. Yeah.
Right, and then they're also working on the wheel number 4. That project is so they're all going to come together on the weekend. Caltrans is going to dedicate the Vista Point on the 15th, which is a Friday, and then on Saturday I asked Keith if I should start mentioning it. And he sent me about 120
It's June
letter.
15th.
Here's the thing. He said to plug away on it. They're getting ready to put the flyers out.
Good.
So far, it'll be at the Wheels Park by the Kit Carson Mountain Men Hut.
Right.
They're, he's going to have the combined bands for the high school. The Boy Scouts are going to do the flag.
Fun.
Geedy is going to sing the national anthem. Feather River Band, who's playing at Clean It and Green It, will also be out there. The Mountain Men, they're going to have an exhibit. There's going to be a hand pump rail car, gold panning for real gold, rope making and branding with a KTW.
I'm going
on.
This is going to be a bash,
And a free hot dog lunch. It says here the cooks are going to be McClintock, Berry Hill, and Bigelow.
Oh, there you go.
Gunfights and free balloons.
Well, those three
now
might have
quite
a
a
bit.
bit. From an historical point of view, they're also going to have a free shuttle bus from Boozy, and the museum, that'll be their opening day also.
Wow, that's going to be a good time.
So
it's June 15th, is that?
June 16th.
June 16th.
No, 15th.
15th, okay.
Yeah,
and there might even be some veterans activity with the the point
the key is so far, he said.
Yeah, that's going to be a good event. I'm sure that all that combining. I know the work has been extensive up there at the museum, and they're trimming trees today, and they're really getting that place dialed in. And,
they're pretty close.
Such a beautiful. I walk Butter up there all the time, and that's a special place up there. You know, people don't normally see that. It's just tucked away up in the hill there, and that little
there's a committee that's worked hard and a lot of thankless years, but they persevered.
Oh yeah, no, they kept the place together, and they put. I saw they put a little new roof on there on the front, and it took a lot. It's taken a lot of work in the interior, but that place is going to be great to have back and active.
And the mine model, I guess, is very popular. Is doing well on their tours.
Yeah. Now, was there a Tails thing? We had talked about one of your other items. I didn't see. Maybe you had mentioned that. The Tellus, what was it? You were talking about something during the break. I forgot what it was. We were chatting about everything, but I can't think of too much else going on in Jackson. You're covering a lot of that ground. This is not a news show. This is supposed to be
there's the Jazzing It Up in Jackson's in June, too. That's put on by the Amador Arts Council.
Right.
They're going to close the street this year.
Oh, good.
Now, there's one group I'm not on. I'm not a member of that, so I just hear what everybody else
hears. How many groups do you belong to still? I mean, when you look at all your organizations, do you count them up? Do you know how many? No, you got so many going on. I mean, you're everywhere. Everybody already knows you, so there's not a lot I can ask you. I know you have grandchildren. And
one granddaughter who's running the entire family. Everybody, what's Ella want to do before we do anything?
Right, that's the key.
In fact, she's going to be here for Clean It and Green It. She's coming with my wife.
How much fun. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Good. Yeah, that's a family event. I used to do a lot of cleanups, and I did a lot of bay cleanups. I was in a bay conservation thing. We used to have all those events, and that was...
Yeah, we're hoping to...
Kids grew up with that.
I didn't mention it. I'm sure they have. We decided to come up with a cash prizes for K through 8 and then 9 through 12 for clubs. There's some, especially the younger kids. It's pretty hard for them to raise $200.
Oh yeah. So getting them involved, that's the key, and getting them involved young, and giving back to the community and getting interconnecting.
Yeah, because it's all a celebration of Earth Day.
Right.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
So
we're
hoping for a little better attendance, and I think we will. The weather's going to cooperate.
Yeah, it should. It's been just beautiful. I know this is going to be a great weekend coming up for the Hot Jazz. But you're also, I know you're a member of that quarterback club, so you're involved with Argonaut High School. Are you still doing some of that, or is that?
Well, that's one that was in the past. I was the president for. Enjoyed
that. You've been
that.
Involved with the high schools, and
I just kind of followed my kids.
Yeah.
When they went through, I kind of went through with them and enjoyed that. Great folks are doing a good job.
And you got them through the high school system here. Did they go off to college?
Yes, they did.
Good for you.
My daughter, she ended up, I should brag on a little, she got her master's in
I brag about
Notre
my
Dame.
kids all the time. Wow, incredible.
And then my young son, William, went to UOP and got his master's in 5 years, no summer school.
Good for them.
Yeah.
You did it successfully.
And then they got off the dad payroll.
Oh, yeah. Well,
which is the best part.
They have those T-shirts say Bank of Dad.
Yeah, they
so call your mom.
They're both self-sufficient.
It says Bank of Dad closed.
Yeah.
So once you get in through college, I have one more year of college, and my daughter starts up with college, so got a little ways to go, but that's a big challenge, and you should be really proud of.
Money well invested.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that you just, you always plan for, and it's nice to see them put in the time and the effort, because without their ambition
it's really
and academic pursuit, the money doesn't buy you.
No.
The money won't get you through. I guess you could send them to a private college and try to help them with the money, but they have to do it. They have to do it themselves. Yeah. Well, I think we're wrapping up. Alan, how much time do we have? 10 seconds.
All right.
Well, we appreciate you coming on the show, Pat. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Mike.
And please
everybody
stay
have
tuned.
a great weekend.
Yeah, have a great weekend, and stay tuned for more TSPN TV programming.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.